And Rice was one of the men with spikes, was the salesman of the group. Very amiable, fun, man's man, and was the guy out selling deals to energy companies.
In the case of Cliff Baxter, the company's chief deal maker, he was extraordinarily talented at just doing a deal, but he was a manic depressive.
Baxter was a very bright guy, very blunt, would tell Skilling whatever he thought, was closest to Skilling personally than anyone else at the company.
There was a guy named Lou Pye, who was a key Skilling lieutenant, helped build the trading business in the early years, went on to run Enron's doomed effort called Enron Energy Services.
What was the job of EES as you ran it?
It was to sell energy services to end users, industrial end users.
Lou Pye is the guy that Skilling tapped to run the EES business because this was so important to the company and to Skilling's future. He called Lou Pye my ICBM. And Lou Pye dispatched his enemies with incredible skill. And if that meant leaving bodies behind him, Skilling was certainly fine about that.
Not feeling anything?
Lou Pye was kind of a mysterious figure. He's kind of like the invisible CEO. For a while, he was located on the 7th floor, and there was this long office, and it was all glass and closed, and you would walk by there, and it was just almost all the time it was empty.
Details didn't interest Lou Pye. Only two things seemed to motivate Pye: money and a peculiar fascination with strippers. For Pye, it was all about the numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.
He was there every night after work, and he usually brought some of the traders along with him. He spent quite a lot of money there as well, much of it charged to the Enron expense accounts. There were rumors that he brought strippers up to the trading floor.
Almost everyone knew the story. The story is that because he's kind of a mild, soft-spoken, almost meek individual, that maybe the strippers didn't even believe he was the CEO. So he took him up to his office, and I guess they put on a little show for him there.
1, 2, 3,
These are the days, my friend.
One night he was at a club, and one of the guys said, "You know, Lou, all the rest of us are single. You know, we don't have any problem, but how do you keep your wife from smelling the stripper's perfume on you?" And Lou said, "Oh, I've got a secret." So I stop in at a gas station on the way home, and I spill a little gasoline on myself, and it kills the scent. So the other guy shot back and said, "But Lou, doesn't your wife then think you're fucking the gas station attendant?" In the context of Lou Pye, everyone was horrified. The pall fell over the table because Lou Pye was not a man to trifle with. 2 days later, the guy who told the joke, as Enron legend has it, was dispatched to Calgary, Canada.
Lou Pye lost all interest in running EES as soon as the numbers got high enough.
I netted approximately $100 million. I don't know if that number's accurate, plus or minus 20 million.
And he actually left Enron with more money than anybody, $250 million, because he sold all his stock in Enron after he got a divorce from his wife in order to marry his stripper girlfriend who had had his child.
His exit from Enron was as mysterious as his presence there. Just sort of one day, we all learned that Lou Pye was no longer the CEO of EES.
Though Lou Pye flew away from Enron with $250 million, the divisions he left behind lost a total of nearly $1 billion. But Enron managed to disguise that fact. Lou Pye became the second largest landowner in Colorado.
It was the number. It was always making those numbers and looking, you know, to me, the real mythology is high school mythology, that, you know, you wanted to be the most popular guy on Wall Street and you were going to do whatever you had to do to stay there. And Jeff understood those rules better than I